Horizon, guys. Horizon. May the peace of the universe reach you wherever you are. So there's this thing that I've been posting a lot, a saying, and in fact, even on my WhatsApp, that is actually what is there. And it's a saying that came from a man or a gentleman called Aleister Crowley, right? And his name is Aleister Crowley, and the saying goes like, "Do what thou wilt, shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, and love and the law." So, I do share books, esoteric books. I do post this thing. So I get people asking me, what does this thing mean? Do what thou wilt, shall be the whole of the law. Does it mean you need to just do whatever you want to do and just don't care about anybody? Does it mean, just be selfish? Like, what does it truly, really mean? I get people asking me this question a lot. And so I decided to do a video where I get to break down what this saying is. Apparently, a musician of soul actually has a thing. I don't know if it's a music album or it's just a song that is titled "Do What Thou Wilt," right? Shall be the whole of the law. Do what thou wilt. It's a powerful saying. It's come across ages and centuries of esoteric usage till this day. I'm not the first person to have been drawn to this adage or this statement. I won't be the last person. It's just, you see the energy and the power behind the statement, and you are drawn to roll and live by it. And so as a person, personally, this is one of the quotes that I live by, and I tell anybody who actually comes across asking me what it means, I tell the person, right? So let's get into it. Do what thou wilt. That means do whatever you want. That shall be the whole of the law. Do whatever you want will be the whole of the law. So does it mean I need to do whatever I want? No, it doesn't necessarily mean you should do whatever you want. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Simply saying that doing what your will is, right, or doing what you need to do, or doing what thou wilt, simply means finding your true purpose, finding your true passion, finding yourself, finding the true you, who you truly are. Basically, this is what do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law simply means. Find that which is true to you, that which makes you happy the most, that which your soul craves for the most. It could be the littlest offense, it could be very minute to somebody, irrelevant to another person, but to you, that is the very thing that you need to do to accomplish or achieve that happiness, or that peace, that inner peace and inner joy that you yearn for. So doing what you wilt, or doing what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law, is simply urging you or encouraging you to go after your passion. It's actually urging you to go after your joy, your innermost joy, to go after that which you crave for the most. Okay? There's another layer to it that we would get into it. But basically, you get the concept about doing what I want. And I say this a lot, and I say this a lot, and I've been a victim myself of something that I've used. When we were kids, we saw people who were genuinely interested in art. It made them happy. All they wanted was to create art, either draw, drama, or some form of art, or poetry, or whatever it was. All they wanted to do was art. They were so talented in it. They were so skilled in it. They just wanted to do that, and they spent majority of time doing that. That is what I'm talking about. That is what we call passion. That is what we call passion, right? Such people, usually growing up, our communities, what will come about was, hey, now visual art, they already call them, especially those who enrolled in visual arts in order to enhance that talent further, right? Get some commercial acumen to the talent that is already abundant in them. You see what I'm saying? To get some commercial acumen to that skill that is already overflowing in them. In Ghanaian communities growing up, those who enrolled in art schools or who were trying to do art at a very young age were discouraged. They would tell you, how are you going to make money out of this? How are you going to live out of this? How are you going to survive out of this? Because the society today has been programmed to be on survival mode, to be in the rat race that we don't even see. Of course, that is the essence of the rat race. You play a part of the race, you become a part of the race, you become the race itself that you don't even realize that you are in the race. You see what I'm saying? So, a society full of survival mode, full of survival mentality, then would condition these young boys and girls and youth with so much power, vigor, and zeal that are trying to create something out of the talent and passion that they already possess, and they are discouraged. They would ask you, how are you going to earn a living with this? And did you not see this person, when he tried doing this, he failed? And so much of a discouragement because the society that we are in today, the communities that we are in today, our parents, ourselves, our grandparents, our siblings, a lot of us are all in survival modes, including myself. And that is the purpose why we have these conversations. That's the purpose why we have, I put a camera on me and try to talk about it, right? Because there is something that I have seen, that I have realized, that I have experienced, that freedom that comes with living your dream, living your passion, living that which your heart truly yearns and wants for. You know what I'm saying? Doing that which you really want to do. The skill that is abundant in you and overflowing in you. For me, mine is talking. Mine is communicating. And that is why I put a camera on me and I try to talk. I try to talk to everybody around me. They know I like to talk. You know what I'm saying? I like to share knowledge. I like to impact upon knowledge. Things that I'm learning, things that I knew, the things that I know, they'll be like, I never knew that. I never thought of this. You know, that kind of, because this is I like to communicate. I like to impart. You know what I'm saying? So this is me doing me, basically. And this is me trying to draw your attention that there is this side of life that comes with that freedom of being you, being truly you. No discrimination, no judgment. You see what I'm saying? Just being you, full of peace, doing what you truly want and truly desire to do. So that would be an example of doing what thou wilt. Kids of passion, passionate about their talent and their skills, are discouraged. They are not allowed to do what they wilt or what they want to do. What they want to do is put their skill to use. They've never wanted to destroy, no. Never wanted to cause harm, no. All that they want is to put their skill, because the passion, that energy of that skill is abundantly overflowing within them and through them and around them. It's them. You see what I'm saying? And how would you define passion? Passion, I would define it as the energetic communication from God to you as a person, or that which you will call the higher self, your higher self. If you belong to that school of thoughts, if you belong to the Christian school of thoughts and you're watching me, which is very fine, your passion will be a communication from God or the Holy Spirit to your spirit. That direction, do this, work with this. That subtle, energetic direction. That energy that is flowing abundantly in you, like the fire that is burning, directing you to do something, to act. But a lot of times, because of survival mode, we disregard it. We think about how we're rather gonna survive more than how we're rather gonna act upon that energy. It's because of the society that we're in and the kind of mentality that is within. And we are here to purge such mentality out of society, to allow people to truly live their dream and truly live what they want to be, and that which they truly need to be. Everybody comes to this earth, this planet Earth, with a purpose, with a vision, with a mission. Everybody that is alive, living, non-living, is a part of the puzzle that forms a completion of what we call God. And everything within that sphere of that which we call God is playing a role. Is playing a role which is so unique to that individual's life stream that no other soul, no other spirit, no other entity in the universe would ever play such a role. Very unique and special to you as a person, to you as a living stream. And so you don't just come to this earth just to come and survive and make money and just go. It's never been about that. But then I understand the times that we are living in. And that is why this message is coming to you today, to draw that attention, to do what thou wilt, and that shall be the whole of the law. The second part of this statement is that love is the law and love and the will. Now, true freedom is not doing what you want, but wanting and doing what you are. That is what we are talking about. Your passion is what you are. Your skill is what you are. That energy that is overflowing in you to create is what you are. To bring forth some kind of invention that is yet to be seen or marveled at is what you are. You're not just here to just walk the planet and just die and just go and that is no. You are here for a purpose. And that purpose is constantly being communicated. Because that purpose, although there is a grand purpose, there's always that sub-purpose in there, subset. That is that intelligence that we call God, always actuating your steps towards that higher purpose. You see what I'm saying? And that is what brings you true joy. You can fight it all you want, make all the money that you want, do all that you want, but until you get on that purpose, true peace will skip you. And this is reality. We've seen this. We've seen people with so much money, so much wealth, unhappy. Why? And they'll tell you they had to find their true purpose. It's not a joke. You can still find that money while also living your true purpose. And that's what I'm trying to draw attention to today. You see what I'm saying? You can walk both paths. Be happy financially, be happy spiritually, be happy mentally, be happy psychologically. Happiness on all planes. And that is what we are propagating. Right. Discover your true will and fulfill it. And let love be the power that expresses and accomplishes that will. So that is the second part of the saying of do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, and love and the will. Right. Now, love, I would define it as the force, or the origin of this statement defines love as the force that binds opposite. You see what I'm saying? Love is a force that binds opposite. Love is a force that is always bringing things together. You see what I'm saying? Always bringing things together, the opposites together. Because guess what? Opposites attract. It's always been like that. It's the male and the female that needs to come together. It's never the male. Although we see in nature, but then the most we see is the male and female coming together. It is so with energy, it is so with everything else. The male and the female needs to come together, and love as that which brings the opposites together. So simply put, love is a force of motion that is, or the force that puts things in motion within this sphere we call God, or this domain we call reality. Love is what is acting upon everything. Because God, guess what? According to the Bible, even defines God as agape. Agape love, which is unconditional love, loving you regardless. You see what I'm saying? It's the love that operates, that makes the world move. And that is what you need to incorporate when you are doing your will. And will is simply your flow state. And that's what I talked about, your passion. And your flow state is like living your passion or living your flow state is like being in a river and trying to swim upstream. You would tire. That was how we say it in Pidgin. You would tire, right? But if you try to go along the current of the stream, it's easy. You don't need to even do much, because the current is just taking you along. That is the flow state. That is the energetic communication from your higher self, or that which we call God, to you. The energy is flowing. Go along with that energy, flow state. So that is will. So doing what thou wilt, doing what you need to do in flow state is all that matters. And doing that with love is what also matters. So you're not just doing anything out of selfish reasons. You're not just doing anything just to benefit you, not thinking about how your neighbor feels about it. No. Although you are following your energetic passion, you are following your passion and your skill, you are still operating within the boundaries of love, making sure that the next person is still covered under your love, or under the love of the universe. There's still motion. Grand Rising, guys, and this is just a very simple message I wanted to deliver today. Do what thou wilt. Find that passion, find that skill, find that energy, that fire that is driving you to act, and act upon it. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law. Love under will. You need to love. The force needs to move with the flow state. You see what I'm saying? The force that moves the universe needs to move with your flow state. So you are in sync and in tune with universal forces. Basically, that is what we're saying. Have a nice time. Thank you.